get across to you is on my next PIP payment, which will be in April, the first one in April, I will be settling up my rent account with the discretionary housing payment deductions, where they've stopped paying that money, which has started eating into my disability benefit. So it's not, it would have stopped on the, I think it's the 16th of March, which is why I haven't paid the extra onto my rent account yet until this next PIP payment, what is due in a month's time, which is the first. No, the council told me last year that this year it wouldn't be granted because they've been trying to get me to move into a smaller property when what they claim is the bedroom is spare is being used for my mobility aids to get me about. So the room is in use. It's not a spare room. If you see my point. Well, no, because, then I'm putting my signature to the scheme and the fraud, what they're committing, aren't I? So I'm doing it the correct way, and I'm letting the government actually decide what provisions they're now going to give me to stop this from happening, because it's affecting my health and my mobility is being affected, both physically and financially, which is what the PIP form's all about, isn't it? Because they've now got to add the mobility component, which will then cover the roof above my head and the electric assist bike that I'm building to work around not getting finances for a mobility scooter. So bit by bit I'm working around all the obstacles that have been placed in my way. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of patience with your company. Once they know this is how I'm actually filling the forms in now, because my life's been affected and it's making my health worse worrying about it all. So now the government's going to pay up for getting caught with their hands in the cookie jar. My disability's still getting worse. They want me to do this, do that, or else. And I've caught them red-handed doing it, so I'm now filling in how much it's affecting my life on my disability form. Doing it the right way back to them. So your company doesn't need to worry about the rent bill not being paid, because within the next month, whatever is short on the rent side of things will be squared up on the disability payment, while the bill's going in, once we know what the exact figure is for how much extra is being taken from my disability and disability living allowance, if you see what I'm saying. So a little bit of patience with your company this week, but this month, while all these figures go in. I'm going to be doing my best to try and keep up to it with my normal provisions what I have at the moment. If I don't manage to keep on top of it, it will all be squared up on the end of the month when my next PIP comes through. So don't worry. Please don't send me lots and lots of stressy letters, because they just come in the door, go straight on the bonfire. Okay, the bills will be paid. Okay. No, I'm just letting all the figures balance out so I know what I'm being robbed of. Because the government was kind enough to send me a letter saying my ESA has been increased by 30 pence a week. So I thought, well, they're giving me 30 pence while robbing me of what, how much? So let's let it play out over the next month while we find out exactly how much money the government's now got to put back into my provisions. If you see what I mean. Yeah, but it's just still distracting me, isn't it? It's just taking it from one pile to pay it back into another pile when it doesn't really need to. All you need to do is go for the cookie fingers that got caught in the cookie jar, not the distractions. Do you see what I mean? I'm still going to be paying my bills and everything else is going to be done on time, but it might not work to the time scale of how your system is set up. But those bills will be paid, which is why I've called your company to reassure my landlords, isn't it? Okay. Let me just have a look on the calendar on the computer because, right, the next one would be 1, 2, 3. On the 13th of April. So once the 1st of April new tax year begins, if you see what I mean, I'm putting all my paperwork in correctly. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't care if the rent doesn't get paid by the council until the week after you demand it from me. That's how they pay it. I'm going by their system. The money what they've been taking out of my provisions for whatever scheme or whatever they've been getting caught doing is now going to be put back into my system to pay the roof above my head and get my mobility side of life sorted out properly without them being stupid anymore. Yeah, that's not a problem. I'm just notifying your company ahead of time, so you are my landlords after all. So as a courtesy to you, I'm telling you how I'm doing it and guarantee my rent's being paid because, you know, I'm in a situation where I had to tell someone the state of my health, and they was apparently part of the system there to help me, and they couldn't give a damn about it. The fact I nearly died, so I thought, well, okay, this is the attitude I'm up against, is it? Right, well now it's payback time, you're all going to pay. So I'm making them all pay. My mobility and health's decreased, I'm not moving, I'm not running away, I'm standing here entrenched and they can't shift me. Now they've got to pay up. Do you see how it's going now? So in a month's time, all your bills will be paid up, your rent account will be squared. So then we get the mobility component added to my disability, and we move on from there. And it all should be in advance then. So okay, that's what I'm phoning up to tell you is going to be happening. Is that okay? Lovely. Thank you very much for listening. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. You want to get out there and have them, do you, Roxy? Oh dear. Flask for the bike. Next rug to be cleaned. It is springtime after all, and I can only do it bit by bit. Oh. Yeah, that was me talking to the landlord's financial advisor, apparently. Sounds like I need financial advice, don't it? What's up, girly? In a playful bitch mode, are you? Where's all the bee's wings gone? Look, you decapitate, did it? So it ain't a threat while you're nesting. She's more interested in protecting the nest. Ah, dear. Right, I've got a bit of catching up to do in here. Rug out of here. Disability aid, which is going to have a kit on it. You'll see what I mean about the bull bars now. I busted one yesterday. Die cast brackets. Good job it didn't. Otherwise it would have sliced my wrist open and everything. So I've got a new set of bull bars for that. One of them, flask. That gets moved on to there when I put a battery on there. I'm going to move the laptop out the bedroom in here, I think, for a little bit. Put the camera up in here. Get this side of the room and the floor painted with bitumen paint to make it waterproof, just in case the little Huxley gets her mission on. And then we're all set for turning this room into a workspace, dog's room, disability component room. Or if they think it's a bedroom, I can always move my bed, small bed in there if I've got to keep an eye on any puppies when they're growing up, when they're tiny. So it's not a spare bedroom, is it? If I'm actually staying in it, I'm not staying in the room that's supposed to be my bedroom. I'm using the bedroom, so how can it be a spare bedroom? That kind of fucks up the spare bedroom tax mentality, doesn't it? Washing's all done, innit, Roxy? Done a bit more out in the garden, haven't we? Where's that gone? I don't worry about going over the edges. It's easier to put white over the black, isn't it? And wipe the gloss off than it is the other way round. So I don't care about any over dashes. Same with the bathroom skirting. Go on, bitch, out you go. One more wheelie bin to go. About 4 or 5 turfs. Another coat of paint on the drive, and then white stain in the insert. Then someone nicked me lawnmower grass collecting box. I've left the gap so I can just rake it or sweep the dried grass straight in the trench and set it on fire again. Roxy, in. Good girl. So, not bothering me really, is it? Can start on the projects in the back garden then, can't I? She couldn't come out here yesterday because white dog black gloss worked that one out. Nice clean area for scrubbing rugs off with a broom, ain't it? And then vacs off the excess water after hosing it as a rinse. I could just order a new pump for the vacs, but it means I've got to take it all apart to fit the bloody pump, and it's just, fuck it, easy to fill a bucket up with water and detergent, isn't it? Increasing the growing area for the veggies away from the border fences. Roxy gets to run round the lot, garden patrol. If there's any pups or anything, they'll be indoors until they're big enough to come out here anyway, and I'll be with them anyway, because I'm disabled and don't have to do shit that I don't want to, probation or not. So start looking at getting a second-hand electric mixer, or ask me dad if I can borrow his. Get them slabs set in concrete, and then put down the base for the shed here. Might even concrete that end of the garden as well yet, don't know. We'll see how it goes with the pip. Get the grandkids to help do it. Neighbour wants to sort fence out next door. I want to put in the swing bench thing in the corner there, so I'm waiting for that to go up so I can build off of that. Not exactly the plans of a man that's going to run away from the bullshit that's going on around him, is it? They've had their day, they're dying off. Simple as that. They can't run away from that truth. Come on, Roxy. So bit by bit I'm biding my time, upgrading. New lock barrel for that one next. Bit of shopping to do. Roxy's my priority at the moment though. One more scoop in that. It's in the flask with one of them. Ah dear. Right, calm it down, look, bloody feet. We're only on there so I can keep an eye on the dots. What have we got this morning? Hey, lay down. If you want to lick your arse, get on the floor and do it. Chalky coffee. 30 seconds to go.